better late than never. Hi everyone, I'm Amanda. You're watching Booked with Amanda, and I'm here to talk books with you. I'm back today with my July wrap-up finally, after moving and things aren't 100% settled, but I want to get this done so I have some content that's on my freaking channel. Anyway, let's just get into it. These are in no particular order because I don't remember the order and I'm really not giving a crap right now. So anyway, we have the entire Queen of Hearts series. This basically is a YA fantasy, I guess it would be, right? And it follows the rise of the Queen of Hearts from her exile by her father to her taking back her kingdom. And it was pretty good. I liked the take on her. She was a little bit whiny early on, but in all fairness, she's a teenager, and I have not met one teenager in my life that isn't whiny at some point. It was good. It's not high literary fiction, but it was definitely a quick read, and I like origin stories. I think they're really cool just to see another perspective of a storyline, or even, you know, just to see how this person became this way. Very good. I can't remember what I gave it, but I think it was between like 3 and 4 stars each book. It's, like I said, it's not amazing literature, but it's a quick read and it was at least captivating. I didn't really find it boring, so there we go. Next, I read The Mermaid by Christina Henry. The Mermaid follows Amelia, who is a mermaid who falls in love with a fisherman. Down the line, many years in the future, P.T. Barnum hears about a mermaid. He wants to display one in his museum. He sends his thug, I guess is basically what he is, to go and recruit her to join the museum. And obviously things don't work out 100%, but the ending is happy, I guess. It's a pretty decent book. I liked it. It wasn't what I was expecting. It's hard to say this is a retelling. I didn't feel that way about it at all, but I didn't hate it. And I liked that Amelia was a feminist. She was just like, I'm sorry, I don't understand why I can't do that just because I'm a woman. You know, I love that. That is a good message. Next, I read You by Carolyn Kepnes. Jump on the bandwagon. And guess what? This bandwagon knocked me off because I was not in love with this like lots of people are. He was creepy. I've heard people call him romantic. I can't remember his name anymore. Joe, right? I've heard people call him romantic. No, it was creepy. The female, she yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this. I understand where this was going, and I appreciated how everyone was so unreliable in this book, which really gave the characters depth for me. But it just wasn't my thing. Although I kind of want to read the sequel, but I gave it 3 stars. It was average. I didn't think it was the exceptional book that everyone makes it seem. I have not seen the Netflix series. I guess I should say what this is about. I'm just assuming you all know. But Joe has a chance encounter with Beck, and then he falls madly into love with her and stalks her. And I won't spoil the ending in case you want to read it. Next, I read The Help. I did physical and audiobook for this one, and it was really good. Interesting to hear an African American side of things. I just wish this was not written by a middle-aged white woman. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I wish, especially because this is not released back then. This was released like 10 years ago or something, right? I wish that it was written in own voices. Otherwise, it was really good. I liked it. I thought it was fast-paced. It didn't settle with me as I wanted it to. It maybe because I had in the back of my head that a rich white woman wrote it. So I don't know. And maybe that's how that book that they wrote would have been received. I'm not sure. Like if the people who were buying it knew who actually wrote it and everything, would it have been received the same way? And I also read Horror Store by Grady Hendrix, and I freaking loved this book. It was honestly like a really good B horror movie. You know, it was a little bit scary. A little scary in some spots. It was a little bit campy. It was I don't know, it was like everything that I want in a horror book. Honestly, I loved every minute of this, and I highly recommend it if you like horror, because, you know, I feel like it doesn't take itself too seriously, and that makes it good, because some horror takes itself too seriously and it's not, and you can tell. Anyway, so basically this follows our main character, who is an employee at an IKEA ripoff, Orsk, and she is asked to work overtime because over the last little while there's been a lot of damaged items and damages found in the store after closing. So her manager asks her and another employee to stay back and to help him find the culprit. It is not exactly what they think it is happening. It's not a person, right? Technically. So anyway, very, very good. Again, another very quick read, but I think it was quick because, I mean, it is shorter, but I just couldn't put it down. It was phenomenal. Last but not least, or maybe least, I read The Need by Helen Phillips, and I am fuming. I am pissed off at the publisher, which I cannot recall off the top of my head, but the marketing for that book was ridiculous. It was unacceptable. It was made to seem like a thriller and maybe paranormal, or maybe science fiction-y. Okay, yes, there is a little bit of science fiction, but it's not at all the main premise of that story. Basically, The Need follows our main character who, after work one day, is home alone with her kids. Her husband's traveling, and she hears something, and they're hiding, and oh, what's gonna happen? Who is this person? What do they want? And she finds out who they are, and it's a book about motherhood. It's a freaking book about motherhood. Okay, I'm a mom, so like I can appreciate a book about motherhood, but market this book the way it actually is. This book is a book about this woman struggling with motherhood, what it means to be a mother, and how that has affected her, and what would happen if you could literally split yourself into two. What if you could have the help that you desperately need? How would that make you feel? It was a fucking... I'm sorry. I was excited. I put myself on, as soon as it was added to my library, I put myself on the list to get that by audiobook and physical book. I was hyped about this book, and this book let me down. I wish that it was more like Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. I'm still annoyed, and I read this a long time ago. I can't recommend this book to anybody unless you are looking for a contemporary about motherhood and being a woman, and with a little bit of a sci-fi twist. That's how it should have been marketed, period. Not that it makes it sound like a thriller or something going on. She's a paleobotanist, and like you think like, wow, maybe there's some kind of disease with old plants that have been released, or nothing like that. Nothing. Okay, this would not have been as hyped or sold if it was marketed the way it actually is. And I feel annoyed that I was tricked into reading this. And I waited. I just waited and waited and waited for the good parts, and they never came. Okay. I think that is all for today. That is my very short but sweet-ish, short-ish, sweet-ish, besides the end, July wrap-up. If you've read any of these and you loved or hated them, let me know below. And I will catch you all in the next one.